The story continues right after the boardroom meeting ends. We see the executives stepping out, and they can't stop talking about June. They're completely baffled, wondering, the boy is a complete newcomer. What on earth is he trying to pull? Deeply anxious about what he has done now. Just then, Gong approaches her and sharply asks, "What are you doing here?" Meanwhile, Seong has cornered the chairman elsewhere. He grabs the chairman by the throat and demands, "What are you doing here? And what was the meaning of what you just said in there?" Playing dumb, the chairman pretends to be disoriented, claiming, "My memory keeps fading in and out. I don't understand anything myself." He acts as if he has completely forgotten his own words. However, he brings up the 3 companies again, explaining, "My department was instructed to gather information on those specific companies. That's the only reason I mentioned them in the presentation. Beyond that, I know absolutely nothing." Seong grills him further, asking if he knows anything else, but the chairman firmly denies it. As Seong turns away, the chairman smirks to himself, thinking, "I am going to take back every single penny of my wealth and my throne." Shortly after, Seong instructs his 2 executives to immediately freeze the account holding their slush funds. He wants to secure the money before anyone can trace it, while also planning to completely erase any connection to those shell companies. Just then, an employee arrives and informs him, "Gong is calling for you. It's an urgent family matter." In the next scene, Seong meets with Gong and they spot Gaul. They immediately corner Gaul, questioning her intentions and demanding to know why she is back. They've already caught on to the fact that she's been working quietly as an intern in the company for a while. To test her loyalty and ensure she won't compete for the inheritance, they demand that she sign over all her property rights to them. In exchange, she promised she can live at the mansion and be with her mother. Wanting to stay close to the company, Gaul gives in and transfers her property to her siblings. Later, Gaul is seen explaining this situation to her mother. The chairman happens to overhear the conversation and wonders what foul play her siblings have pulled this time. When Gaul turns around and catches him standing there, she snaps, "What do you want? Mind your own business." Undeterred, Gaul continues her covert investigation. The chairman secretly shadows her as she spies on the executives, meets with various informants, and pieces together the company's fraudulent activities. Later, the chairman sneaks back into his private vault to retrieve more cash. However, a sudden noise outside alerts him. As he rushes out with the money, Gaul corners him. She grabs him, demanding, "How do you know the chairman's secret security code? Did Seong and Gong send you here to rob the place?" The chairman firmly replies, "Get your hands off me first, and I'll tell you everything." They head up to the rooftop to talk. The chairman reveals that your father himself was the one who gave me the code to the vault. Furthermore, the people who hit me in that car accident were none other than your brother and sister. I am doing all of this on your father's direct orders. Shocked and furious, Gaul demands, "Then come with me right now and expose them in front of everyone." The chairman counters, "I don't have any concrete evidence yet." He looks at her intently and says, "You want to kick your siblings out so you can run this company yourself, don't you? That's why you've been eavesdropping and gathering information, and now you're terrified that I'll take what I know and report it to the president." Gaul punches him in frustration, yelling, "It's nothing like that." The chairman smiles and says, "If it's nothing like that, then team up with me. I won't let those 2 destroy this company. Your father knew they were incompetent and couldn't run it. So, will you help me?" Gaul stares at him silently, completely overwhelmed, and walks away without giving him an answer. The next day, Gaul visits the family mansion. She is horrified to discover that her mother is being treated like a common maid, forced to do heavy household chores. Her mother quickly takes Gaul to her room to shield her. As Gaul comforts her mother, Gong walks in arrogantly and warns them, "Don't try to pull any stunts while you're here." After Gong leaves, Gaul seethes with rage, vowing, "I will make sure every single one of you pays for this." Meanwhile, word spreads through the company that neither of the twins will be appointed as the successor for now. Until a final decision is made, all major operations will be overseen by Song-jae. Song-jae immediately instructs his assistant to launch a strict audit and keep a close eye spy on the vehicle logistics manager. Later, Gaul and the chairman arrive at the office together. The entire department is in absolute chaos. The phones are ringing off the hook due to a massive crisis in the sales division. The blunder was actually caused by Team 3, but they're trying to shift the blame onto Team 2. Furious, the chairman calls Team 3 directly and gives them a piece of his mind, leaving his entire office staring at him in shock. The chairman then approaches his team boss and advises him, instead of arguing over the phone, you should go down to the sales center directly and verify what's going wrong. They head down to the logistics center to investigate. While discussing the strategy, an arrogant employee from Team 3 approaches and starts insulting the Team 2 boss, completely unaware that the boss is standing right behind him. When he catches sight of the boss, he stammers, I didn't realize you were here. The boss furiously reprimands him. The chairman eggs his boss on, saying, he just insulted you to your face. You can't just let him walk away. Go straight to the manager and file an official complaint. The boss marches into the manager's office, declaring that he will personally audit the sales division head to head. The manager tries to dismiss him, but the chairman steps forward. The manager grows even more irritated upon seeing an intern intervene. However, the chairman calmly drops precise data about the company's logistics pipeline, exposing how internal corruption and mismanagement are causing massive funds to go down the drain. Stunned by the intern's profound knowledge, the manager backs down, dismisses the Team 3 director, and tells the boss he will review the matter. As they walk out, they meet Gaul. Just then, the chairman receives a frantic call from the neighborhood auntie, who informs him, your grandmother has gone missing from the house. We think she's heading to the city to find you. The chairman initially brushes it off, muttering, that has nothing to do with me, and tells the auntie to call the police. Hearing this, his team boss snaps at him. Your own grandmother has gone missing. Stop being heartless and go find her right now. Standing outside, the chairman sighs, muttering to himself, how am I supposed to find her? She doesn't even know that I'm not her real grandson. As he struggles to hail a cab, Gaul pulls up in her car and offers him a lift. Meanwhile, Seong is meeting with his corrupt executive, Song. He asks him, what should we do about the slush funds now? Song suggests, why don't we secretly transfer the entire amount into a different, untraceable account? Seong gives him the green light. The moment he leaves, Executive Song sneakily sends a text confirming that the trap is set. The scene shifts to Seong's wife and her father. It is revealed that her father intentionally married her daughter into the Choisang family with the sole purpose of orchestrating a hostile takeover of the entire conglomerate. Seong arrives to join them for dinner, completely oblivious to their plotting. Over at the hospital, Gong is confronting her doctor husband. He protests, I cannot keep the chairman chemically sedated in a coma any longer. I am a doctor. This goes against everything I stand for. Gong ruthlessly blackmails him emotionally until he finally cracks and agrees to keep her father asleep. Eventually, the chairman tracks down Jun's grandmother, but due to her advanced dementia, she fails to recognize him. She mistakes a random passerby for Jun. To calm her down, the chairman buys the t-shirt right off the young man's back for a massive amount of cash and approaches her. The grandmother hugs him tightly, and though the chairman initially flinches, he gently accommodates her. Gaul helps them bring her to the hospital for a checkup. Seeing how much the grandmother loves Jun, Gaul sighs, your grandmother loves you so much. I wish I had that. My father never showed me an ounce of affection. She recalls a painful flashback of her father coldly sending her away to America for her studies. The chairman looks at her softly and says, he only did that to protect you and keep you safe from this toxic family. Gaul snaps back, why do you always take my father's side? Coincidentally, they bring the grandmother to the very same hospital where the chairman's original body is kept. The chairman uses the opportunity to meet his paid nurse, handing her a fresh bribe to monitor his original body. The nurse reveals she has successfully installed a hidden camera in the ICU, allowing the chairman to secretly live stream and watch his original body anytime on his phone. Meanwhile, Team 2 launches a surprise raid raid on one of the suspected shell companies. The team boss forces his way inside to audit the books, but finds the office completely abandoned. Inside the empty office, a panicked employee makes a frantic call to none other than Executive Song. Gaul and the chairman are staking out the location. The chairman explains to Gaul, Executive Song handles all Seong's illegal slush funds. Every single penny of his black money goes through him. Realizing the audit team is closing in, Seong flees the headquarters, assuming he can intercept the files at the factory and cover his tracks. Meanwhile, Gaul and the chairman trail Executive Song as he drives straight to the residence of the rival chairman, Jae-song. The chairman instantly realizes the grand plot. Jae-song is planning a hostile takeover of my entire company, and he planted Song inside my firm years ago as a mole. On the other hand, Seong discovers that Executive Song never arrived at the factory. He checks his secret offshore accounts, only to find them completely wiped clean. Panicked and betrayed, he orders his men to hunt Song down immediately. We see Executive Song meeting his family, handing them a stack of cash and telling them to flee the country immediately. As Song prepares to drive away to save himself, a mysterious car blocks his path. The scene cuts to Chairman Jae-song sitting in his office. Executive Song enters and hands over the complete ID and password to the crypto wallet containing Seong's 300 million won slush fund. Song then drives off into the night. As Gaul and the chairman watch from a distance, Executive Song's car suddenly explodes in a violent fireball. Gaul gasps in horror. "Oh my god, I didn't think they would actually go as far as murder." But a sudden twist is revealed. Executive Song is actually standing right behind them, completely safe and sound. The chairman had anticipated Jae-song's deadly betrayal and had secretly rescued Song before he could get into the rigged car. In gratitude for saving his life, Song hands over the duplicate ID and password of the crypto wallet to the chairman. The chairman hands Song a massive amount of cash, enough to secure a comfortable life for his family abroad forever. After Song leaves, the chairman turns to Gaul, locks eyes with her, and asks, "Do you finally trust me now?" Gaul stands there completely shaken by the deadly corporate warfare and whispers, "How is any of this even possible? It's terrifying." The chairman looks at her with absolute resolve and declares, "I made a solemn promise to your father. Let's take back what belongs to us, you and I together," as he hands over the duplicate crypto wallet ID and password. Gaul looks at him skeptically and replies, "You're getting way too comfortable. I still suspect you, and I will be keeping a close eye on you." Saying this, she walks away. On the other side, Chairman Jae-song discovers that he was tricked with a fake ID and password. Realizing they've been conned, his team suspects Seong's husband is behind this, and Jae-song orders his men to hunt down Executive Song immediately. The next day at the office, the employees are gossiping about Gaul and the chairman. They complain that they should be fired since they both skipped work the previous day. Just then, the department manager walks in. Instead of firing them, he praises the entire team and announces, "Tonight's team dinner is on me. By the way, where is the new kid? Make sure to bring him along tonight." The scene shifts to the chairman, who is happily taking a bath. He's thrilled, knowing Seong must be absolutely losing his mind right now. Just then, he gets a call from his boss inviting him to the team dinner. At the restaurant, Gaul begins mixing drinks and prepping cocktails for everyone. Watching her, the chairman mutters to himself, "What on earth is happening to our high society family values?" The manager notices his empty cup, taps the table, and orders Gaul, "My glass is empty, fill it up." Seeing her daughter treated like a servant makes the chairman furious. He interrupts, "Everyone has hands, fill your own glasses." To break the awkward silence, the manager suggests, "This dinner is getting boring. How about a drinking match? Whoever wins gets to make a wish." He adds that if he wins, Team 3 will pick up the entire bill tonight. The chairman agrees, but sets his own condition. "If I win, we will permanently ban corporate team dinners after today." The employees secretly lose their minds with excitement, amazed by the sheer guts of this new intern. Though everyone outwardly cheers for the manager, the chairman plays his campus champion card and completely outdrinks him to win the match. The entire team rejoices, thrilled that they won't be forced
forced into these tedious dinners anymore. After dinner, Mr. Park is seen stumbling around, completely wasted and unable to walk. Gaul insists they can't just leave him on the street, so the next morning we see that the chairman has brought Mr. Park back to his own luxurious apartment. Waking up, Mr. Park looks around in awe and says, "How are you living in such a lavish place? You shouldn't be wasting so much money as an intern. You need to think about your future." The chairman casually replies, "This is all mine. I bought the place." Mr. Park is utterly shock-shelled. To cover his tracks, he spins a lie, claiming, "Actually, I am the chairman's youngest hidden son." He convinces Mr. Park that he has been living in the shadows to avoid detection. He adds, "I want to kick my corrupt siblings out and take over Choi Song Group myself. Will you help me?" Staring at the massive wealth around him, Mr. Park agrees to join his cause. Later, Mr. Park drives the chairman to work in a luxury car. As they pull up, Gaul spots them, marches over, and punches the chairman. She snaps, "Why are you making an elderly man drive you around?" Then she starts questioning Mr. Park about his identity. Just as Mr. Park is about to slip up and reveal who he actually is, the chairman cuts him off, pulls him away, and whispers, "You must keep this a complete secret from everyone." The moment they step inside the corporate headquarters, they find a swarm of police detectives investigating the sudden disappearance of Executive Song. An executive states, "Director Song works in the trading division. You should speak directly with Seong." Seong quickly ushers the detectives upstairs to talk privately in his office. To avoid being seen by him, Gaul hides. The chairman asks Gaul, "Why are you hiding?" And she replies, "I can't face them right now." Upstairs, the detectives grill Seong about Song's whereabouts, but he vehemently denies it, claiming he knows nothing. Later, a high-level board meeting takes place to address Executive Song's disappearance. Seong tells the board, "I have no idea where he is. He submitted his resignation and left on his own accord." The board then questions Seong about the ongoing Incheon port project. Seong requests more time, saying, "I still have 1 year left on the contract. I will deliver the results by then." Suddenly, Gong interrupts and announces, "My alternative project, GF Solutions, is officially complete and ready to roll." Seong scoffs and says, "You didn't even have the capital for that." Gong smirks and reveals, "I managed to secure a massive foreign investor named Siren." After the board members leave, an enraged Seong confronts Gong and snarls, "Siren is just an overseas paper company that belongs to you. The money funded into it is your own stolen slush fund." Gong fires back, "Shut up. I know all about your illegal slush funds too, so you better keep your mouth shut if you know what's good for you." Watching the twins bicker from afar, Gaul and the chairman realize their plan is working perfectly. Their strategy is to pit the siblings against each other so they destroy themselves. Just then, Gaul shows the chairman a breaking news article. Taha Group has officially partnered with the Incheon port project. Taha Group belongs to none other than the rival chairman, Jae Song. The chairman seethes with rage. Back in his office, a frustrated Seong is questioned by his wife about Executive Song. Seong roars, "If I ever find that bastard Song, I will kill him with my own hands." Meanwhile, the chairman meets with Mr. Park. He realizes that if Taha Group successfully pulls off the Incheon port deal, they will reap all the benefits. Chairman grumbles, "My idiot son doesn't even realize he is being used as a pawn by the rivals. What a complete fool." The chairman begins planning his next move, wondering if there's an alternative port in the city they can hijack. He remembers a corporate file Gaul had once given him to review. He looks through her old project proposal and is thoroughly impressed by her brilliant strategy. When he praises her work, Gaul is left confused, wondering, did he just compliment me or insult me? If it was a compliment, I shouldn't get too ahead of myself. Later, the chairman logs into the secure server and discovers Gong's secret battery project. He realizes, "You're trying to buy out a small subsidiary just to launder all the money you stole." He directly approaches Gong with a proposal regarding the alternative port project. He tells her, "You need to take a calculated risk. If you succeed in this port deal, you will easily secure the chairman's seat." Gong asks, "Do you really think we can pull this off?" The chairman replies, "Just give me one chance and let me use your name to pitch the deal." The chairman takes Gaul and immediately calls the office of the Gangwon city governor, introducing himself as a representative of Choi Song Chemicals. They secure a meeting with the governor's personal assistant. The chairman pitches the project brilliantly, explaining, "If this port is developed here, it will generate thousands of local jobs, which will guarantee the governor a landslide victory in the upcoming elections." He hands over the project file. Gaul stares at the chairman in absolute awe, completely mystified how an intern possesses such such elite political and corporate maneuvering skills. Meanwhile, Seong's wife meets with her father, Chairman Jae-sung. She assures him that Seong knows absolutely nothing about Executive Song's whereabouts. She adds, if Seong fails to secure the port project, you are free to do whatever you want with him. Back at the mansion, the corrupt relatives continue to treat the chairman's wife like a low-level servant, forcing her to do grueling work. They mock her, saying, "Don't sit at the dining table with us. It ruins our appetite." Elsewhere, Seong meets with Chairman Jae-sung and the mayor of Seocho City. They discuss Executive Song, and before the mayor leaves, they hand him a massive bribe to secure the project permits. Unbeknownst to them, Mr. Park is hiding in the shadows, secretly snapping photos of the entire corrupt transaction. Later, the chairman drives Gaul back to the mansion. Seeing his wife working in the yard, he runs over to her and asks, "Are you doing okay?" The chairman's wife looks at him and says, "You're that boy from the accident. I know deep down my husband would never commit a hit and run." She gets deeply emotional.
The chairman stands there, his heart breaking as he looks at his vulnerable wife. Inside, Gal catches her mother being mistreated. After her mother falls asleep, Gal silently takes over the heavy chores. Looking at the grueling daily meal plans, she tears up, realizing how much structural abuse her mother has been quietly enduring. The next day, Gal decides to turn the tables. She bypasses the kitchen entirely and orders a luxury catering service from a 5-star hotel to serve the household. To subtly insult Gong, she serves her regular tap water in a fancy glass, which Gong ironically praises as high-end mineral water. Meanwhile, Mr. Park delivers the secret financial tracking data to the chairman, revealing the exact scale of Seong's financial fraud and identifying all his co-conspirators. Armed with this information, the chairman meets with Gong. Just as they sit down, the Gyeongwon governor's PA arrives to discuss the alternative port project. The PA asks for the granular data so they can verify it. The chairman boldly declares, "We want a direct meeting with the governor himself. He should come here personally to thank Director Gong because this project benefits his administration more than it benefits us." Impressed by his absolute confidence, the PA leaves to arrange the meeting. Gong panics and asks, "Why did you speak to her so aggressively?" The chairman smiles, "We don't need to fear them. They need us more than we need them. Mark my words, the governor will call you personally today to thank you." The chairman looks at his watch, turns on the TV, and smiles. Half of our work is already done. A breaking news broadcast flashes on the screen. The mayor of Incheon has abruptly resigned from office. The news details a massive blackmail scandal, exposing the mayor's extensive history of taking corporate bribes. To escape public prosecution, the mayor was forced to step down immediately. Seong watches the broadcast and furiously calls the mayor. The trembling mayor stammers over the line, "They completely cornered and blackmailed me. I had no choice." A chaotic board meeting is called. Gong uses the mayor's sudden downfall to pitch her alternative port project. Seong storms into the room, roaring, "You are blatantly stealing my project." Gong fires back, "You can't complete your project anyway now that the mayor has resigned. How do you plan to build a port without the city's permits?" The board members agree with Gong and officially transfer the project rights to her. As the board members congratulate Gong, a humiliated Seong begins screaming at her in a fit of rage. Seeing him cause a scene, his assistant quickly drags him out of the room. Meanwhile, Chairman Jae-sung receives word that the intern June has successfully aligned with Gal and Gong. He is also handed the exact location of where June is currently staying. Later that evening, the chairman takes Gal out to an incredibly high-end luxury restaurant. Gal looks around and notes, "We could have eaten anywhere. This place is strictly reserved for elite parties and romantic dates." The chairman simply replies, "The food here is unmatched." He then slides a folder across the table to her. Opening it, Gal is shocked to find the deed to the property she had previously surrendered to her siblings. It is now legally registered back under her name. She gasps, "How on earth did you get my sister to sign this back over to me?" The chairman smiles, "I am working closely with your sister now, and I made it a condition of our deal." Gal looks at the deed and mutters, "If you were going to take land, you should have chosen a premium spot. This area is completely barren. Nothing can be built here." The chairman hints, "In a few years, this exact location will be rezoned into a massive commercial tourist hub, and you will reap a fortune." It turns out he had already pitched this location to the governor's PA as part of the port development. Staring at him, Gal asks softly, "Do you
actually like me? Deflecting her question with a smile, the chairman orders fine wine and food. He then excuses himself, saying, "I have an urgent call to take," and steps away. The moment he leaves, the chairman's wife unexpectedly walks into the restaurant. Gal is stunned to see her mother and asks, "Mom, what are you doing here?" Her mother replies, "What do you mean? You were the one who texted me to come out on a dinner date." Gal quickly checks her phone and finds a hidden text sent by June stating that the bill has already been paid and that she should enjoy a luxurious dinner with her mother. Gal whispers to herself, "He is playing with my heart." From a safe distance outside the glass window, the chairman watches his wife and daughter smiling together, feeling a deep sense of peace. Late one night, the chairman arrives at his private garage, gets into a luxury car, and starts driving. When he returns to his apartment complex, his peaceful night is shattered. Gong, accompanied by a large squad of armed security guards, steps out of the shadows to block his path. She glares at him coldly and sneers, "Did you really think I wouldn't find out? I know exactly who you are." And on that terrifying, game-changing cliffhanger, the episode ends. Oh my goodness, friends! Gong has completely caught him. Did she figure out that her own father is inside June's body, or does she think he's a corporate spy? The chessboard has been flipped upside down. What will the chairman do now that his cover is blown? Find out in our next episode wrap-up. Make sure to like this video, leave your wild theories in the comments below, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a beat. See you next time. Lights, camera, goodbye.